Breakfast is served, madame.
Thank you.
Bon appetit. Some syrup.
Thank you. Don't we have the good stuff?
No, we're out.
You better get to the farm and make some.
Yes, ma'am.
Some.
Good morning. Alrighty, so we're down here at the farm. For those of you that say you can't maple syrup in South Jersey, proving you wrong. And we do this. I do it. Honestly, I like it. Once a year. This is the time of year. It's early January. We've been dealing with some extreme freezes this year. I mean, we were talking going down to like 0 degrees at night. But I think the weather's going to be changing, so I'm getting ready. What you look for in weather conditions are where the nights go below freezing, days go above freezing by a couple of degrees. You go around your property, you identify we're maple syruping, so we're looking for maple trees. We use our little styles we get off of Amazon. We'll provide a link down in the description down below. If it's down there or maybe it's up that way, I don't know. But all you gotta do is you gotta walk around your property, identify your maple trees, which we know are trees. And you look for the south side. So we got running east, west. Over on this side, we got south. You get a drill bit. I don't know what size drill bit I have. I'll just keep this one around. 5/16. But just you get these, double check the instructions. They'll tell you what size to use. And you go in just about chest height. An upward angle into the wood. You don't need to go that far. Clean out your hole. Let me check you got that. Beautiful. And you're looking for temperatures that are going below freezing at night, above freezing during the day. That gets the sap going up and down the tree like a pump. And you just collect the sap. That's what you need. Tap that sucker in. That's easy. Now, we use 5-gallon buckets, to which I've drilled the hole to the same diameter of the tubing here. On the exact opposite side, I have a vent hole. That's easy. And you'll see here, hold on a second, that hole, a little snug, but that's okay. It's sufficient enough to hold the bucket under its own weight while you get stuff set up. You take a screw, put a screw in the tree, obviously at a downward angle. To help hold the bucket in place. Here goes up. Our screw to hold it goes down. You can see the top of our bucket. Like I said, I've just got a hole drilled in here so the tube goes in. I know these things sit in pretty tight, so I've caught a vent hole in here. Once the temperatures start changing, for us right now, they're not happening. If you live around here, you know that's how it goes with the weather. But once we watch the weather and the temperatures start changing, we'll come out here, you start checking this about every day, and you collect your sap. We'll show you what to do with it once you've gotten enough sap. The next step to make maple syrup. Any questions, Mama?
No.
When do I get my syrup?
When do I get my syrup? And thanks to Joe, your helper.
You like maple syrup, Joe?
Yes.
Yes.
How much?
Oh, I love it.
We're gonna do a few more trees, but once we're done that, we'll show you how to boil it down. All right, now that we've gone around and we've collected all of our sap from our 6 taps, this has been sitting for about a week, so we have a total of 10 gallons of sap. Now they're safe to store outside as long as the weather stays pretty relatively cool, or you can pack it in snow. But for us, the weather's been cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run it through a filter. This is just out in the fly, out in the field here. Cut off the top of a milk jug, got a t-shirt, and we're just going to filter out a lot of the large pieces of sediment. Once we've boiled it down, we will run it through a coffee filter. But that's where we're at right now. We're going to filter it, then put it on the fire. So, all right. And secondly, we're only going to try to fill this pot up about halfway, so that way we don't have overboil. And we'll just, as it boils down, we'll just keep adding sap to it. Ready?
Ready.
Ready. Watching, Joe?
Yes.
That's about halfway. And I also want to point out that, again, depending on your growing, the season, whether it was wet, whether it's dry, where the temperatures are at, your sugar content can fluctuate from 1 to up to 8 or 10%, which will affect how much syrup you get out of this. But you figure like a 40-to-1 kind of ratio. So. Is Gabe shaking at the camera? Mm-hmm. That's Joe, that's not Gabe. The next step in making maple syrup is to steam off the excess water, like I was saying earlier about the sugar content to water ratio. That's the next step. You can see our setup, my setup. You can do it over whatever those things they use for deep frying a turkey, a barbecue, anything to get the heat up so that you're boiling water, just vaporizing it. Me out here, and that's the other thing. It has to be done. I recommend seriously doing it outside. The amount of water vapor you put off can and probably will damage your house if you try to do it inside the house. So, as you can see here, I have a little fire pit. Oh, you've probably seen my fire pit before, but there you go, metal grate. And yes, we got a little overzealous with filling the pot up a little higher. Also, be careful, this stuff's hot. You see, look, hot, very hot. See?
Hot with just in a matter of minutes.
Eee.
When you go to grab
Now we got a thumb hole, so always think hot, safety. We'll bring you back when it gets to boiling, and we'll just, let you watch it boil off a little bit. Alrighty, we're back. It is taking, I don't know, hold on, what time is it? Cheyenne's feet. It's about a half hour to bring it up to boil. So we got a nice rolling boil. And again, we're just going to wait till it evaporates off. That's the name of the game. Alright, hopefully as you can see, we boiled down about halfway, so we're going to take it indoors and finish it off. You see how we're getting to it? Hold on, bring it closer. We're getting to a nice caramelized color. I don't know if it picks it up on the camera. But fire's dying down for the evening. And like I said, we're going to take it inside and finish it off. Alrighty, after doing a large part of your boil off outdoors, you can bring the pot of syrup or sap inside. You'll notice we're starting to get a nice amber caramel color. Caramel, one of those two. And you bring it back up to start bringing it up to a boil again. Now again, at this point, I remind you of the roughly 40-to-1 ratio of syrup to... Again, we sit here and we watch water boil, if that's not enough fun. That's really what the process is about. So, I don't know, is the camera picking up? So we got a nice bunch of steam wafting all over. And can you see our cabinet? Focus. Start getting moisture. That's again why you want to do a large portion of your boiling outside as much as you can. Our final boil down, as you can tell, it gets really sticky. And the sugar content makes boil over happen pretty darn quick. once all done, just transfer it into a mason jar. We're high class like that. And set it up in the fridge for storage. But that is, start to finish, how to make maple syrup from your own maple trees. Fresh batch of maple syrup. There you go. Enjoy. And for mommy.
Yum.
There you go. Now you see, we have a nice, dark, robust color of maple syrup. Remember, we just started with identifying our trees, tapping the trees, collecting the sap, boiling it down till we got to a nice, sticky, syrupy consistent, and the last step is to enjoy. As you can tell, he can't even wait to dive in. Just goes to show you that you can do it. Get out there and try. If you like this video, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and check back later to see what we're up to. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, enjoy.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
I love maple syrup.